People keep getting stuck in the mess of social impact startups where passion burns bright but results stay invisible, swallowed by a flood of meaningless numbers that nobody trusts. Founders, investors, leaders, they fight day and night, desperate to prove their worth, to show their impact, but the data either lies or crushes them with cold, irrelevant stats. The frustration is real. Endless hours wasted on spreadsheets that don't tell the story, pitching to investors who see only black and white without the soul behind the mission. This kills momentum. It kills trust. It kills dreams before they even have a chance. Here's the brutal truth. If social impact data isn't wielded like a weapon, it becomes a noose. Seen as weakness, seen as exaggeration, or just plain noise, it breaks startups instead of making them. And nobody talks about how to fix this sickness at its core. But it's fixable, and it starts by flipping the script right now. Stop drowning in vanity metrics that inflate your ego but deflate your cause. Stop chasing numbers that look good on paper but don't move mountains in reality. Instead, look for the data that screams truth, that shouts unfiltered proof of transformation. Dig deep for the stories behind the stats. Real, raw, human stories that turn numbers into lives changed. If you want to own your space and make your startup bulletproof, you must master impact metrics that don't just measure outputs, but reveal outcomes that matter to real people, real communities. You need to craft your data with surgical precision, showing not what you did, but what the world gained because of it. Don't just report how many meals you distributed. Prove how those meals powered a child to learn, to dream, to break out of poverty. Don't just tally hours volunteered. Demonstrate how those hours built trust, healed trauma, spun new networks of hope. Investors and leaders don't just want numbers. They want narratives backed by science and soul. Here's what most get wrong. They treat social impact data like a checkbox. It's not time for checklists. It's time for relentless, strategic obsession with impact intelligence. Invest in tools and systems that track deeply and honestly, that combine qualitative insight with quantitative grit. Build feedback loops with the people you serve, not just the people who fund you. Make every metric a conversation starter, a problem solver, a roadmap for what comes next, not a trophy stuck on a wall. You must embed data collection into the living fabric of your work, so every action creates signals you can act on instantly. Now here's your call to brutal action. Stop hiding behind spreadsheets. Stop confusing complicated for credible. Find the gaps in your impact story and explode them with laser-sharp data that's both gritty and inspiring. Don't settle for mixed signals or vague progress. Demand clarity, demand depth, demand connection between what you measure and how lives improve day by day. Build a culture inside your startup where impact data isn't a burden but a superpower, a map guiding every move, every pivot, every investment. And don't do this alone. Connect with other founders who grind the same fight. Invite investors who know impact is more than dollars, who want evidence, not empty promises. Build partnerships that challenge your assumptions and strengthen your purpose with fierce accountability. Create a network so ruthless about truth that illusions fall away and only real, lived impact remains. Remember, this is not just about surviving. It's about transcending broken systems, smashing cheap measurements, and creating a new ecosystem where impact is real, bold, undeniable. Where startups don't just chase change, they own it. Where social enterprises become unstoppable forces for good because their data tells a story no one can ignore. This is your moment to tear down the old illusions and build an airtight, unbreakable foundation of impact that lives and breathes every day. Get obsessed with the right data. Connect the dots no one else sees. Tell the stories only you can tell. And watch as your startup not only survives the chaos, it becomes a beacon of what's possible when impact meets truth, grit, and unshakable courage.